So the playoffs is rocking and rolling,
Yes, indeed.
rocking and rolling. Rip, where we at in the playoffs, man? What's left? What's left?
All right, tomorrow we got the Wizards playing the Boston Celtics. That's game 1 of the Eastern Conference semifinals.
Stop right there. Boston and the Wizards. Here we are.
Oh, this gonna be good.
Here we are. So, let me start by saying the Celtics just sent my Bulls home. We basically wasted our time in this playoffs. We should have gave our spot to somebody that really wanted to play. That last game made me sick to my stomach. I turned my team off, and I started to play 2K. I said, at least in 2K, we'll get the win.
Did you get your revenge in 2K?
I did not, but that's beside the point. I just had to turn it off. It's ridiculous. I think they need to blow our whole situation up. But enough about the Bulls. Who do y'all have winning this series? Who want to take the first dab?
You talking about Boston and the Wizards?
Boston and Wizards.
Wizards.
Wizards. Why?
I think Boston is a weak first seed. I think if Rajon Rondo would not have broke his thumb, y'all would have swept them.
That's a fact.
I think John Wall is going to cook them tomorrow. Boston.
Are you going to put your input in, or you want me to go? Because I know.
No, y'all go ahead.
Let me go.
I got the Wizards. I got the Wizards 4 games to 2.
Go into it.
Okay, so you saying the Wizards in
4
6.
games to 2.
Wizards,
Wizards
in
in
6.
6.
All right, Waves, go ahead. What you think?
I think the Wizards gonna win.
Okay, and why?
I think they're a better team as an overall, and Bradley Beal and John Wall are just great. But
They are.
during the season, John Wall haven't played good at Boston, so he has to play.
He cooking
good.
now though.
Yeah, definitely.
He's cooking
but
now.
He has to play good at Boston.
I didn't know that.
For this to be a good going for the Wizards. If he struggle, the Wizards gonna struggle.
Interesting. What you think, Rep?
Well, of course, I got the Wizards.
You got the Wizards.
And I got the Wizards for, similar to Waves, the same reasons, John Wall and Bradley Beal. Like Scott, I believe that the Bulls would have won if Rajon Rondo didn't get hurt.
Y'all not just saying that because I'm sitting here.
No, I definitely feel like
definitely a fact.
if John Wall is going to have to make Isaiah Thomas work on defense. And that way, that'll counter his offense.
Okay.
And John Wall also has to play defense against Isaiah Thomas, and that's going to control the whole series right there. Isaiah Thomas is the heart of that team.
Isaiah Thomas and Al Horford is all Boston got. That's all they got.
I mean, the way I look at Boston, it's similar to the way that Atlanta's team is structured. So
That's true.
I feel like it's going to be the same series. It's going to be 4-2 Wizards.
You think
That
you
series.
think Atlanta is like Boston? I think
The
Atlanta's
way-
sorry.
The
dog.
way that the
No,
way
just
that
the
the
way that
team
they-
constructed.
yeah, the way that
they
they-
got like 1 or 2 good players, maybe great, and then the rest is just role players, just guys that you just never heard of before.
But let me put it like this: that's true, but them guys play some defense though.
Who?
The Celtics.
Oh, the Celtics.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah,
They definitely
Yeah, for real.
The fact that we won 2 games, I think the Wizards can
Want
win
me to
this
tell you
series.
why?
On the road.
That's why I say Wall needs to
Yeah.
play great.
Yeah.
Just how Rondo basically controlled everything that went down. If Wall can do that,
Yeah.
then it's gonna be an easy series for the Wizards.
I never, even when we won the 2 first games of the series against Boston, I wasn't like
Yeah.
really waving my
You kept
pom
saying
poms
that.
because I'm like, I know my team.
You was waiting for
You know what I'm saying? And so I say that to say we are a bad gauge for Boston. If Boston really think they ready to go, we ain't the team to play to figure that out. Because we are so, I said in the last time we talked about the Bulls, we're Jekyll and Hyde. One night we play great. The next night you'd be like, who is this team? You know what I'm saying? But
Right.
in this series, I'm going to say Wizards. I'm going to say Wizards because, like you said, I don't think Boston is a true number 1.
No.
I think that, like you said, Waves, Wall can pretty much have his way in this series if he wants to. I'm going to rock with the Wizards. I normally don't do this,
Oh, we know.
but I'm doing it in this series because I really do not believe in the Celtics. I really don't. And I think the only reason why they got the number 1 seed is because Cavs didn't want to play us
That's true.
first.
Oh yeah.
I really do.
If they really wanted the number 1 seed, LeBron would have played.
Yeah, that's true. Next series. What's next?
No
All right, the
game.
next game tomorrow is Game 7 against Utah and the Clippers.
Utah and the Clippers. Who you taking in this one? Waves.
Ooh,
Game 7.
game 7.
This is the brawl
I-
for it
I-
all.
I think the Clippers going to win.
Damn, son, where'd you find this?
I'm gonna tell you why though.
Okay.
I'm gonna tell you why because they play at home. So
Clippers on.
Yes,
Okay.
Clippers at home, and I think Chris Paul is going to go all out again.
Mm.
He didn't come out the last game, and he's not going to come out this one. They couldn't
Okay.
stop him for that previous game,
Mm-hmm.
and he's definitely going to make sure they advance.
Mm.
'Cause you already know the rumor that's going around is if they lose, they about to
Blow
tear
it
that
up.
team apart. So
They've been saying that for the last 5 years.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, to that point, do you think you blow it up, or do you think it's still missing a piece?
they need to get rid of Blake
Blake is the problem.
and
Blake
get somebody
is out.
else.
Who?
That's not my concern. I don't like them niggas.
Okay. So Rip, who you got in this game 7?
Man, I honestly don't know. I haven't been watching that series, but from watching Utah Cup when they played the Wizards, their defense, they got the best defense in the NBA.
Yes, they do. Their
So
defense
I'm
is
going to
awful.
pick Utah for this game.
Wow, Utah got the best defense in the league. I didn't know that.
Utah defense is
Is that a fact or
I
you
believe
just-
it's. I believe
It's
it's
a
a
fact, yeah.
statistical fact.
Statistical fact.
wow.
I believe it is.
Who you got, Scott?
I think both teams are evenly matched. I'm gonna go with the Clippers because of experience. Utah is a very good team, but they're young. They're a young team, very good, up and coming. All the experience is on the Clippers side. You got Doc, you got CP3, you got a lot of veterans on that squad that's been there before. They're at home. I'm gonna go ahead and say the Clippers get it because they got the experience and they're at home.
Okay. I don't know much about Utah. I'm just being honest. I don't know much about Utah. I think they got like Joe Johnson. He's like 97 now. So I'm gonna rock with.
They got some stars.
I'm
They got
gonna.
some stars.
Who else they got?
Gordon Hayward, he's a star. Their center, Rudy Gobert.
Is he gonna be straight for game 7? I know he messed up his ankle.
I don't know if he'll be
So-
100%, but he's definitely gonna play.
They definitely need him if they want to.
Well,
But like I said, they're a good young team, so you don't know a whole lot.
I'm
they
a
play.
rock with the Clippers because at the end of the day, this is a game 7 situation, and I'm one of those ones that think coaching usually wins out. And in this situation, I'm gonna go with Doc
Gotta go
on
with
this
Doc.
one.
Mm-hmm.
Am I speaking from my mind? No, I'm speaking from my heart. I'm just riding with Doc Rivers on this.
I like
one.
Doc.
I'm riding with Doc
ride
Rivers
with
on
Doc.
this. What's the next series, Rip?
All right, and the next series is Game 1, Toronto Raptors against the champs, Cleveland Cavaliers.
LeBron James.
All right, let me take this one.
Go for it.
Series of Cavs and the Raptors. I got Cavs in 4. I'm calling sweep.
On the sweep.
I'm calling a sweep.
That's tough.
Mm.
That's tough.
I'm gonna get my reason. I think that the Pacers series was the wake up call they needed. I also think the Raptors don't have anybody can step up like Paul George did in that series. Paul George was like
He was great.
phenomenal.
He was great the whole series.
He was literally carrying that team on his
Yeah.
back.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And yeah, DeRozan is a baller and all that good stuff, but I just don't see it. Not against the Cavs.
Yeah.
I don't see it.
The matchups definitely favor the Cavaliers in this series, and you just can't go against LeBron.
So you taking Cavs
Yeah,
in how
taking-
many?
I'll take the Cavs in 5.
Oh man, look at Rip.
Okay. Wow, 5. What you got, Wade?
I got 5, and the one game that I'm giving the Raptors, I think DeRozan's gonna score like 40.
Wow.
That's possible.
Wow. Who you?
I agree with Waves and Rip. I think the Cavs gonna take it in 5. I think it's a tough matchup for Toronto. I think Tristan Thompson and Kevin Love is really gonna give them problems.
Who's
Now
going?
they Raptors do have a Ibaka now, right?
They got
Yeah, they
Serge,
do.
yeah.
They do. He's the rim protector.
But they don't know if he's gonna play the forward or the center.
Wow.
They keep moving him around because they having problems with they starting center Valanciunas. They benched him against Milwaukee
Wow.
because he couldn't guard versatile big men, and that's Kevin Love all day.
Yeah.
And who's gonna stop Kyrie?
Well, pretty much we all agreeing that the Cavs are going to take that one.
Yeah, got this.
All right, Rip. Who's next?
All right, we got the game one, the Rockets and the San Antonio Spurs.
Rockets and Spurs.
That's gonna be interesting.
Yeah, definitely.
That's. I'm gonna pass this one to Scott.
I don't think it's going to be interesting.
You know what?
I think Pop is going to do everything.
Damn, son, where'd you find this?
I don't think it's going to be interesting. I think Spurs going to run all over them.
Wow.
This is what I think.
You
James
crazy.
Harden is going to do everything, and Pop is going to shut everybody else down.
You crazy?
Let James Harden school get a triple double, and they still going to lose.
I'm with him.
That's what I got.
Can I
What-
go next?
Spurs.
What you got, Waves? What
Spurs
you
and
got?
Spurs and 5.
I think it's gonna be interesting. First of all, if they have people that could score on the Rockets, it's not like you're gonna just shut James Harden down and nobody else gonna score. James Harden don't even have to really put up 30 points for them to win.
True. I think they're going to do the opposite. I think they're going to let James Harden do his thing and shut down everybody else.
I don't know because what's Kawhi Leonard's gonna be on James Harden. And once James Harden opens up the floor, James Harden going to the rack. Either way, he's going to open up the floor.
Let me get this straight. Let me get this on. You know this being recorded, right? I do. So hold on. So you counting on Eric Gordon,
I didn't say
Trevor
they was gonna- hold on, I
Ariza,
didn't say they was gonna
Patrick
win.
Beverly,
I didn't say they was
and
gonna
Nene
win.
to beat the Spurs?
I didn't say they was going to win. I said it was going to be interesting.
Oh, okay.
Let's clear that up real
All
quick.
right.
Okay, so Waves. So you saying who's going to win this series?
I have the Spurs in 6.
Spurs and 6. So you giving the Rockets 2 wins,
I'm giving them 2 wins at home.
and you said the Spurs are how many, Scott?
5.
5. Rip, what'd you say?
I got this going 7 games. I feel like this is just going to be a tough series. I mean, you got Kawhi on one side, which Pop just said that he's the greatest player in the league right now. And then you got on the other side, you got Harden. You know what I mean? He's just, if Westbrook don't win the MVP, James Harden is the next pick. So I think this is just going to be a back and forth tennis match between those two, and it's going to go 7 games.
Wow.
We'll
I'm about to bust this whole thing up.
Oh, shit.
Here we go.
I got the Rockets in 6.
Wow.
Can you please tell us why?
Well, I'm saying that I think the Spurs have no answer for James Harden, and I think James Harden is the best player in the league right now.
Over LeBron?
I'm playing with y'all. I'm saying the Spurs are going to sweep the Rockets. I got the Spurs in 4. Are you kidding me? We talking about the Spurs, Kawhi, and the greatest NBA coach, yes, over Phil Jackson.
Coach
Pop.
Pop.
And like I said, I think at the end of the day, coaching wins out. I'm going with the Spurs. 4-game sweep and move into the next series.
Can I?
Go
I don't-
ahead.
The reason I don't think it's going to be a sweep, the Rockets like to run. And the Spurs are kind of like old, as in they not going to sit there and run every game.
I like the Spurs, and I think because the Spurs ain't going to let them run.
Man, we'll see about this one.
Spurs going to slow that joint down.
Oh, we gonna be in the chat. Don't worry about it. We don't need to say no more about
All
it.
right,
Hey,
cool.
Rip, take it over, Rip.
Cool. What's
All right,
next?
And next, we just got the Warriors waiting for the winner of the Utah Jazz and the Los
it don't
Angeles
matter who it's
Clippers.
gonna be.
Okay, well, I got the Warriors in 4 no
I'm about
matter
to
what.
say, it don't matter
Same
who
here.
it's gonna be.
You might as well
I say
move on to the next
put it
topic.
like this: if it's Utah, they probably get 1 game. If it's the Clippers, it's gonna be a sweep.
Yeah, I can see. Yeah, I agree with you.
The Warriors going to sweep either team that represents that situation. So, moving right along. Anything else left in the NBA?
In the NBA,
Nah, that's about it in the NBA.
That's about it?
Yeah,
So y'all don't want to touch the draft?
the NFL.
Hold
draft?
on.
we gonna talk about
LeVar Ball,
The
right?
Ball?
What
Oh,
happened with that?
what
What happened with
about
that?
What about
Oh,
him?
yeah.
Somebody break that down for me.
who gonna take this over.
Well,
You
LeVar
want-
Ball
Okay. Talk to me.
lost out on major shoe deals with Nike,
Damn.
Adidas,
Damn.
and
This-
Under Armour.
This is the father, right?
Yeah, no,
this
this is the son.
The one that
Okay,
just
okay.
He
got
lost
back, yeah.
out on these deals with
Wow.
Nike, Adidas, and Under Armour
You said
because
wow.
of his father.
Ooh, that's a heavy
No,
bag,
wow.
brother.
Wow.
Because of his boisterous, loud father.
You don't know how to be quiet and sit back, man. Enjoy the
So
ride.
so when you say they lost it because of the father, I mean, what about him?
He don't want to take no deals. He want to be basically in control. He want to be control of everything.
Oh, so like they're offering stuff and he's over the top.
No, they're just passing on him basically.
Oh, they not even talking to him.
Because he already announced that he was gonna pass up on. He was gonna make his son pass up on everything. This is already said.
Is he managing his son?
Yeah, you know,
Yeah,
they want to.
okay.
They want to have their own brand.
They want to have their own brand, and they want it licensed, and they want
Yeah.
want it to be like a partnership deal with the companies.
Okay.
How do you feel about that, Scott? I didn't know that's what it was.
I didn't know that's what it was. I understand if he wants to create his own brand around his son and go in a partnership deal. I'm not knocking that. But we all know LeVar Ball Sr. for his antics on social media and on television. Like, that's what he's known for. He's known for being a troll, basically.
Yeah,
True.
That's what he's known for.
True.
So I can also understand major corporations looking at that and saying, we're not dealing with
yeah.
you.
We don't want that because it's going to be him taking control of everything for his son.
Yeah.
Even
And you
when-
know, the only person who really has a deal like that is Jordan.
I feel
That's
like
the only person.
the best thing the best thing that the son needs to do is get with some people that know what they're doing,
Yeah.
that got your best interests at hand, that got a good reputation, and get up under them.
Yeah.
And, you know, I mean, he hasn't even dribbled the ball in the NBA yet.
Yeah, man.
This is true.
So we don't know what he's going to be.
I mean, but I don't know if I'm mad at him wanting to create his own brand out of what they're doing.
I'm not mad at that. I just feel
He
like
compared his own brand to Uber. When you compare Uber to, you know, before Uber came about, everybody was just riding taxis.
Right.
So when Uber came out, it was just the new thing. It was in comparison to taxi companies, but it was newer and it was cheaper.
Can I ask you a question?
Go ahead.
Anybody, even people that's watching, if they have their own brand, even if he have his own shoe, the Ball Brothers shoe, would you buy it?
No.
See, this goes into a whole nother thing because
Yeah,
if it ain't Nike, people not.
Yeah,
if it ain't
nobody-
Nike or
especially with
Adidas,
just one
Reebok,
person,
people not
you just
messing
gonna
with it.
have your own brand in the NBA as one person.
Yeah, but I mean, I'm torn with this one, and I'm gonna tell you why. Us as black folk, out of one side of our neck, we scream, you know, we need to do more black owned, black. You know what I'm saying? And here we got a man talking about trying to do that with his stardom and what they were able to accomplish with basketball. And then out the other side of our neck, we're gonna kind of knock it.
Yeah, I see where you're coming from, but at the same time, why does it have to be shoes? Why can't he just make a brand of opening a chain of health food stores or something that'll help the community, not put money in his pocket?
I see. So you saying the shoes might not be. I like that. Okay, so we talking about LeVar Ball's daddy.
Well, Lonzo Ball,
Lonzo
LeVar Ball
LeVar
is the
daddy.
father.
He's the
He's the
pappy.
father. All right.
Oh,
We don't even know the son's name.
Lonzo Ball
Ball.
is the son,
Gotcha.
and LeVar Ball is the father.
wow.
Yeah.
See, I would have went and bought the wrong shoes. I would have been in there asking for the wrong shoes. Okay, so what is it? Lorenzo?
Lonzo Ball is the son. Is the
Okay, so
son.
Lonzo is the son that's going to the NBA.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The daddy, LeVar,
Yes, sir.
the one that said he could beat Jordan one-on-one.
Yep.
Unfortunately, that's him.
So he gonna beat Jordan one-on-one. Okay, so let's get back. So all right, let me get serious here. Let's draw it in.
Okay.
So here's a black man that's talking about creating his own
His own brand.
brand.
I like that.
I like it.
I like that.
Rip says though, why shoes?
I agree.
Why shoes?
People
Why
real strict
shoes?
on shoes, man. Like,
Is people or black folk?
Black folk. That's why I said it. Black folk. That's
I'ma
why
say-
I asked that question.
I'm
Black
gonna
folk.
say people.
Hmm,
I'm gonna give
okay.
you a prime example as today. As us growing up, the main shoe to wear was Jordans.
Yes.
My son asked for some Steph Curry shoes, and I was like, "Boy, I will buy you some Jordans." He got some Steph Curry shoes today. All the kids was like, "Oh my God, he got some Steph Currys," and I was like, "They are really excited about the Steph Curry shoes."
Yeah.
So it's a time change.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? They don't really know about Jordans. They only know about Jordans because.
So with that being said, though, the LeVar Balls, we're gonna call them, or the Lorenzo Balls,
Lonzo.
the Lonzo Balls might be the next.
It depends. He haven't even stepped foot in the NBA yet, so
Yeah,
we don't
I mean,
even know how he gonna play.
Jordan didn't get his own brand deal when he first stepped into the NBA. I mean, it took some time.
but seeing history and seeing how things have gone. Coming in, you got a son that possibly could go top 3 draft pick. Shouldn't you be thinking like that?
I mean, I'm just looking at it from the fact that from the black community, that why do you want your brand tailored to just shoes?
Oh, he's a basketball
to
player.
merchandise. Yeah, I understand that, but
And it's big money.
ex-
I mean, case in point, not to cut you off, but let's say hypothetically, he get drafted by the Lakers,
Whoop, whoop.
and he balls out.
He better if he go.
I feel you, being a Lakers fan, but let's say he balls out. I mean, he comes into the league, he's a straight beast. You know what I'm saying? Then we'll be saying his daddy's a genius.
That's true.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I'm not.
It's one of them things where you don't know until you know. And I think sometimes that's where we mess up. We don't step out and do something because we already talk ourselves out of it by saying, like you're saying.
But
go ahead.
By him stepping out, if they feel they have the power and the leverage, then they can expand it from just shoes. They can expand it to different markets. You got social media out here booming. You got
But who's to say he's not? Who's to say he's not thinking like that?
yeah, but that's what I'm saying. Don't just focus on the merchandise. I'm not saying I don't know what they discussed in their meetings. That may be what they did discuss, and that's why Nike and Adidas and all of them turned them down because they was trying to expand it to a whole nother level.
Right.
But I'm just saying, let's just make sure that it's something that's just not lining your pockets up. Not saying that's not fine, because I mean, if you worked hard, get what you deserve.
I mean, but he gotta line his pockets first before he can.
Get what you deserve.
Because the saying is, "My cup runneth over." So
Mhm.
that means my cup has to be full first before
Right.
it runs
exactly.
over.
That's why I say
So
get
what
what
runs
you deserve.
what runs out of the cup, I can give back.
Get what
You know
get
what
what
I'm saying?
you deserve.
I think he had a great idea. I think we should be thinking that way. But I also think possibly the reason he really couldn't pull it off because it was him.
Yeah.
Case in point, we didn't even know the son's name. We know about him not because he's a great college basketball
Because
player,
his father.
but because of his father's
Exactly,
antics.
yeah.
That's
His
true.
father does a lot of things just for attention.
That's
His father
true.
said his son could beat Steph Curry. His father said he could beat Michael Jordan. His father said his son needs to get the first multi-billion-dollar contract.
But
His
Scott,
father went on ESPN and just yelled.
but that's the
They
time. But that's the
still-
time we living in. We got people starting an Instagram page and becoming famous and getting in movies and TV
That's true.
shows.
That's true.
That's the era
That's
that we're
true.
Or
in.
making porno tapes.
Or making porno. But that's the era that we in. So too, I can't believe I'm saying this.
He
to
drew.
his
He drew a lot of
defense,
attention. He drew a lot of attention.
He's actually doing it the way you're supposed to do it.
And it was good because when you turn on ESPN, that's all you saw
Yeah, just
for
about-
like 2 straight
yeah.
weeks until his son got
Exactly,
eliminated.
yeah.
But we're not gonna go there.
I mean, but you get my point.
I get your point.
He's playing the
I
game.
get your point. And I
It is.
think
It's a smart
I honestly
game.
think he had a great idea. I think part of the reason it didn't work is because it was him.
I mean,
If
yeah.
you
I mean,
understand it.
I'm pretty sure that's why the deal didn't happen. But at the end of the day,
And here's my question. Not to cut you off, John. Is his son really like that?
that's what I
I
want.
don't know. I've never even heard
you
of
know
him
what's
until his
crazy?
father.
It's questionable, especially on the next level.
Okay.
You know, because as with the game that he got eliminated from, he got barbecued. He was barbecue chicken.
Mm.
No defense was played on the guy he was supposed to be checking.
You better stop!
So it's very questionable. That's why a lot of us saying we have to wait until he gets into the NBA to see how he's going to ball against these top point guards he's going to be playing against.
I feel you. I
And-
feel you.
And going back to what you was talking about, John, his son is going to the NBA. That's a no-brainer.
Right.
Don't know what type of contract he's going to get. Don't know what team he's trying to play for. But if you're trying to build your own brand, take some of that contract money and do your own thing. You can go over there. You can start your own shoe. You can distribute it yourself. You don't necessarily need Nike and Adidas and Reebok. If you want to do your own brand, put your own money in it and do
But
it
I'm-
yourself.
I'm
we
sure-
definitely
If you
living
think
in
it'll
the
be
times
successful.
for you to do that.
Yeah, but I'm sure part of that is he don't really know the business. So initially, if you could get a partnership deal with a major,
Mm-hmm.
it's no different than a record label. If I'm an independent label, I might not want you to sign me, but I might want a distribution or a marketing deal.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So it might be a situation where I create the brand, y'all distribute it,
Mm-hmm.
or y'all make it. You know what I'm saying?
I'm feedback on what the Birdman saying. That's true. I agree with you on that because he's still promoting his other two sons that's supposedly going to go to the NBA. Like his youngest son is still in high school, already committed to going to UCLA.
Okay.
Wow.
You know, just the youngest one that scored 91 points.
I heard
91
about that.
points.
I heard about that.
Yeah.
I guess.
Why don't know
I
none of
guess
this
the
stuff?
problem. I guess the problem is I don't have no problem with what he's doing. It's how he's doing it.
That's
so
I feel you.
LeVar Ball,
100%.
you know, it's great that he's doing what he's doing for his sons, but it's just how he's doing it. It's
so
just
arrogant, man.
Yeah, it's rubbing
I
people
feel
the wrong
like
I got
way.
you.
every
I got
time you see the brother on TV,
It's
he's
unprofessional.
Yeah.
He's like the loudmouth black man.
Yeah.
Yeah, and we don't
Yeah,
need no
like all
more of
the-
And
that.
He
in
don't know
the
what he's talking
corporate
about.
in the corporate world, that just doesn't go well.
Yeah, I feel you on that.
He's the
I
drunk
feel you
uncle
on
at the
that.
cookouts. man.
I feel you on that. I feel you on that. So I could ride with that. I could ride with that. His mindset might be right, but his method is all
Yeah.
wrong. I feel you. I feel you. Hey, I'm learning some new stuff. One of the sons scored 91 points.
Yeah.
It was 50 points off cherry picking, but we gonna go with it though.
Oh, okay.
He was balling. Let's put it that way. He was
Oh,
balling.
He was balling off cherry picking. You know, they just throw the ball down to him here to score a layup and then don't run back on defense. But he scored that many points in the game though.
Wow. Okay. Well, hey, the Ball family is, I guess, balling out. LeVar Ball is coming out with the LeVar Ball. No, the Loren.
Lonzo.
The Lonzo
Can't get
Ball tennis shoes. And I'm predicting that them joints gonna be fire. And Wave's gonna be
I
the
hope
first
so.
one to buy.
I hope so.
Cause I don't buy no goddamn tennis shoes. I bought my son some Nikes and he went off because he wanted to wear his Spider-Man shoes. So anyway, LeVar Ball got all his sons going to UCLA. And LA is, I guess, the thing for them.
Yeah,
So they probably want to play for the Lakers or the Clippers too.
it's the Lakers.
You think he want to play for the Lakers?
They said it.
Would y'all take him?
We don't need him.
I don't think y'all need him. Unless y'all want to.
we would have to get rid of
Y'all got
Russell.
Yeah, about to say D. Russell, right?
Yeah, and I think I would rather have Lonzo because he's a playmaker.
You'd
He-
rather have him over who? Russell?
Yeah,
Wow.
Trade him?
Really?
I'm gonna tell you why. He's a playmaker. He'd rather get everybody involved instead of trying to be the Russell Westbrook of the Lakers.
Mm.
So
So
we remember we just drafted Ingram.
true.
So he's been balling and he's only getting better. He's been getting better all season.
I'm surprised you ready to part from Russell though.
Bruh, he's so he's not really
He
consistent.
He been in the league 2 days.
Didn't he get benched at the end of the season?
But he's been in the league for 2 days and he ain't averaging the assists that I want him to average.
Okay, it's a system.
I want him to get his team involved.
Now hold on,
You
wait.
know what I'm saying?
Is it the players or is it y'all coach? Y'all got a young coach, don't y'all?
Luke, I think
Do we know what he doing?
I like Luke.
Okay.
I do.
Is he
It's
he
his
dating
first
a-
year, so I'm not going to go off the first year.
is he dating a Kardashian?
Hell no.
Uh-oh.
I'm about to say because that might be the problem. Did y'all see that picture of Kim K?
Man,
who
yes,
did?
we
if
did.
you ain't if you ain't got a smartphone, then you might not have seen it.
What in the world was that?
Ant.
Oh my goodness!
But I mean,
What was that? I mean, okay, let me ask y'all this. Have we gone too far with the naked women on social media?
no. I mean,
What?
no comment.
I mean, okay, let me rephrase the question.
Okay, yeah, it's two different questions.
Is it possible to get tired of it?
It's definitely possible to get tired of it when you see it all the
I
time.
think I'm getting
I
tired of
wouldn't
it.
even
It's,
know. I don't follow
it's-
them naked women pages, so
Yo, but that's the thing. You don't have to follow it. If somebody
everywhere.
else likes it or something, and you follow that person, it comes up in your
I don't look at that.
thingamajiggy.
The search feed thing. I don't-
It's like being
look at that.
desensitized.
You don't go to your.
to it.
I feel you. I go in there, and I see it, and I'm like, I think I'm getting tired. It's like
It's just the same thing over and over again.
not only that, I'm getting jaded. Like I'm starting to like. I don't know what's what. I don't know what's real, what's fake, what's it's out of control.
It's out of control, but as
But that Kim K was like a tragedy.
the ratio.
Did she post that? Where did the picture come from?
It was on her
She
Instagram,
didn't post
right?
that. She posted
Was
that
it on her?
picture?
I'm asking. Was it on her
I
Instagram?
don't follow her. I wouldn't even know.
I don't know if it was on her Instagram.
We could
but
check, though.
It's on all the. It's on all the blogs.
I know they're saying she lost like 100,000 Instagram followers once
Yeah.
people seen that picture.
No, I get paparazzi. They get pictures of stars and they
Okay.
posted them. My question is, did she post that of herself? Like, was she proud of that picture?
I don't see it on her Instagram.
I don't think
I don't
that
think
she
so.
meant for that.
It's
to
not
be.
on her Instagram.
Yo,
But she's been embracing it since it came out, and it's been getting backlash.
really?
So
So can you? Y'all might not know. I mean, we all fellas hit, but can they go back after they do that to themselves?
I wouldn't know, bro. I don't
I mean,
even.
that's how she's been making her living. So
I mean, we so used to.
I mean,
it.
ain't
We
it like
all-
overstretched clothes or something? Like once you stretch the collar out, it ain't no going back.
I don't have no research on it, but I think if you got enough money and you get the right doctor, anything is possible.
anything.
I
is
think if
possible.
you pay the right doctor, you can go. You
better
can
go to
fix it.
Dr. Miami.
You can fix it.
Wow, man, that was rough.
And
That
plus,
was rough.
look, we all know the women, her in particular, has had work done.
Yeah,
That's
we-
not a
we know
surprise.
that.
to
I mean,
anybody.
we know that, but like the amount of money they got, why does it look like that?
She
Like,
need-
ain't nobody. She ain't had no. Her sister ain't say, Kim, no, that's too much.
Might have
to
just
get
been one of them
some-
days,
she
bro.
need to get
You
some
know, she might have
injections
been,
into her
you know.
thighs to make the ratio better.
I kind of felt like I was thinking like maybe Kanye said something to her and she felt bad about her body, or Kanye got caught looking at some other booty pictures from some other girls.
No,
and
but she
saw it
but
and
wasn't
she was
wasn't
like, I
she
need
like
to go
that
fix
before
my
Kanye?
booty. Yeah, but her booty didn't look like that.
Yeah, it
like
looked
last
worse.
week.
Oh,
it got, yeah,
dang.
It like
it got
it's-
bigger and it got worse.
Yeah.
In a
So-
week's time.
Yeah.
So maybe it's something that she has to constantly
And maybe
keep
it's
going
something-
and get done. And maybe this week was just a bad
I
week.
think she just feels
It's like a
she-
bad hair day, a bad
Yeah,
butt
like,
day.
yeah, like it's gotta be
she just
maintenance.
got, she
properly.
got to be the talk of the town or something, man. It's like if we ain't talking about her ass, what else can we talk about for Kim Kardashian?
I mean, she has made.
True. I mean,
She has made her brand. Her brand is that whole family's brand is based off their looks.
Yeah, that's
Is
what
it?
They looks and who they are. I think so.
at this point though, is it? I mean,
I think it's still based off their looks.
they're
I
not
mean,
all that.
I'm pretty
lookers
sure
to me.
a lot of females watch they show. I know they do. So
A lot of females do watch.
they
They
love that shit.
They still
So
have a show.
yes, they do.
They do.
My lady watched their show. I don't watch
They
it,
do,
but
what
she loves it.
season are they in? They like 20 years in. Golly.
I have no idea.
What else can you watch about them?
I have no
I
idea.
guess they
bro.
like their life, man. I'm not into shit like that, so I wouldn't even.
Wow, they still have a show.
They still have a show.
They still
it's
have a
probably
show.
one of the most popular shows on the
I
E
don't-
Network.
Yeah, yeah.
Wow.
They still get a
I'm
they get a
learning
bag
lot
from that.
today. I'm learning a lot today. So basically, is that why all these women feel the need to shoot their hind parts up to
I think it has a part of it, not specifically because of one person.
Mm-hmm.
I think the environment that we are in with, the Instagram models and all these women and
It's the likes.
big fake butts being a thing.
It's the
I think
likes.
women pay attention to that type of stuff.
Now,
they-
I seen something wild the other day. Now check this out. It was a young lady that posted a picture of herself.
Mhm.
She was in like I can't remember if it was bikini or lingerie or something, but the chick was thick.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying? She had a nice figure, thick chick. People was in the comments going on her. Oh my God, that can't be real. Now I'm a man. I'm looking at this woman and I'm like, yo, her body is real. I sometimes I can just take
You
it.
could tell, right?
But because she was built the way she was, people swore
Can I
it was not real.
ask you a question?
Go ahead.
When at them comments, was it females?
Females.
I figured.
Why'd you figure that way?
What make you say that?
Why'd you figure that?
If a female is getting a lot of attention, another female, I feel as if another female would try to find some type of reason to shoot that down.
Wow.
I mean, you kind of got a point there. You know?
Cause I'm looking at the chick and I'm like, yo, she is
And then-
100.
Even if it was fake, men don't care.
I wouldn't.
If it looks
Some men don't
if
care.
It look,
Some
if it look decent,
Okay, if it looks
if
real,
it looks real,
I
I
can go
don't
with
think
that.
a man would question it.
I can go with that. I can go.
Let
It's
me-
got to
I'ma
look real.
rephrase that. Yes,
Yeah.
if it
You
looks
can't
real,
be walking around like
you
an
can't
ant.
you can't be walking around looking like Kim Kardashian presents
Right.
and thinking this is gonna go smooth.
I agree with that. Cause now at the end of the day, I always want the real, the authentic.
I feel you, and I'm
There's
gonna put
nothing
it
like
like
it.
this. I don't personally. I mean, I'm a man, so you gonna look at ass,
Right.
but I feel as if I would look at the face first.
Oh, yeah, I forgot.
You know, but
Definitely.
some niggas don't care.
I look at the personality first.
I'm just saying if we just looking.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
You know,
If you just look at
Well, if you're just looking, yeah. I don't know. Sometimes some of these females, I might not make it to their face. I mean, if I'm just looking, I'm like, goodness gracious, to never see their face. You know what I'm saying? But
you gonna want to see how she look. You gonna be like, damn, when she talking like, God damn, she
I
ugly
know.
as shit,
That's
but
the
she
thing.
got a fat ass.
I think the only time I really care about how she look is if I
If
was
you
trying
gonna
to
hit
holler
it,
at her.
okay.
If I'm just out looking, like I'm on a diet, but I'm just looking at the menu, I'm just like
just
looking at the fatness. I'm not really, because at the end of the day, I don't
All right,
care.
can I ask you a
I'm going
question?
about. Go ahead, Waves. You had a question for me.
I do, sir. All right, let me ask you this quick question. If you was walking down the street
Mm-hmm.
and you seen she's walking towards you,
Mm-hmm.
you seen this chick, she was ugly as a motherfucker,
Mm-hmm.
and but you could tell she thick as a motherfucker.
Mm-hmm.
Would you turn around and look?
Yep. Was
So-
that quick enough?
that was very quick.
Yeah.
You know, because you was just
Because
like,
again, if I'm just looking, I'm not really caring about your face.
all right, so let me ask you this question. And you be like, damn, she thick as fuck. In your mind, would you be like, I would hit that joint still? Or you'd be like, because she ugly, I'm not even going.
All right. To that, I'm wired kind of different. And I'm going to tell you what I mean by that. I've never been, I'm going to hit it just because your body is built. I'm
Okay.
not wired
that's,
like
that's
that.
all I wanted to know.
Yeah,
sir.
I'm not wired like that. Like, it has to be liking to look at something and then being turned on by something
Yeah.
is two different
Yeah,
things. You know what I'm
turned on,
saying?
yeah. That's the key phrase. Turned
Yeah.
on.
Yeah.
Just because you look a certain way does not automatically mean I'm turned on by you. You know what
Okay.
I'm saying? Because it might be a female that's built normal as ever and might, be like, yo, I think she's like everything. Because like I said, I'm wired different. I'm
Yeah, yeah,
looking
yeah.
at personality and how you carry yourself and
Facts.
all that good stuff. So yeah, but somebody's was you
I'm done.
Oh,
I'm
okay.
done. We could go on.
now what's this going on in New Orleans, Scott?
Oh, we got controversy down in New Orleans.
Talk to me.
As the first of 4 Confederate statues was being removed, you got demonstrators showing up on both sides of the coin. And it caused a little controversy down there. The people for the statues being removed basically said these Confederate monuments are racist and we got to get them out of here. But then you had people who were against the statues being removed who said that if you remove these statues, you are erasing history and disrespecting the memory of the soldiers that fought and died in the Civil War. Now, the fans got flamed even more when Corey Stewart, a Republican candidate for the governor of Virginia, went on his Twitter and said, I quote, "Nothing is worse than a Yankee telling a Southerner that his monuments don't matter."
Headshot.
He used the hashtag historical vandalism and basically said the people who are in support of these monuments being taken down are the same as ISIS.
Goodness, let me tell you something. Okay, go ahead.
This is very important on a bunch of different levels. First of all, let's take what Corey Stewart said from his Twitter. In the mind of a white supremacist, if you come against the system of racism, you're a terrorist. If you come up against the system, they look at you as the same as ISIS because you're coming up against a system that makes America what America is.
I mean,
That's basically. He said they're ISIS. They're terrorists.
But that's how they looked at it, back during the
Of
Civil
course.
War time.
Of
you know?
course.
So
Now
that's stuff that's just passed along from father to son type stuff.
That's true. And this is something that I don't want people to miss. The people who are against the monuments being taken down, they said you are erasing history. Number one, you're not erasing history.
we'll never forget.
we'll never forget what happened.
Never.
Number two, they
Never.
said you are disrespecting the memories of people who fought and died in the Civil War. The people who fought and died on the side of the Confederacy, they fought and died to maintain the system of white supremacy. And here's the proof. Here are the 4 monuments that are being removed. General Robert E. Lee of the Confederacy, General P.G.T. Beauregard of the Confederacy, the President of the Confederacy, Jefferson Davis, and for all my Northern Virginia people who ride up and down Jefferson Davis Highway every day, y'all don't even know he was the President of the Confederacy. Y'all riding up and down white supremacist highway. Y'all need to teach y'all kids about that.
Wow.
I mean, but to be for real, that's how it is across the whole country.
That's true.
I mean,
That
you think
is.
about the White House,
That is.
the Capitol, the Lincoln Memorial. I mean, because despite what everybody thinks, Lincoln did not free the slaves.
No, he didn't.
It was the 13th Amendment to a degree.
No, he didn't.
To a-
And
yeah.
check this out. The first monument that kicked all this off that's being removed is a monument dedicated to the Battle of Liberty Place, which commemorates an 1874 uprising by a white supremacist group called the White League and inspired the monument, which was basically a group of white people came together during Reconstruction and they rose up against the government and they fought what was called the Battle of Canal Street to shift the opinion of the government in their favor. And basically on the monument, it's a plaque that says, and I quote, "The national election of November 1876 recognized white supremacy in the South and gave us our state." This is them saying that. Now, me personally, I think you leave every monument of the Confederacy up. And on every monument, you explain, this is what this person did to maintain the system of white supremacy, and this is the country we live in. If you black, teach this to your kids. There should be no confusion. Because a lot of people, they recognize Jefferson Davis, General Robert E. Lee, Thomas Jefferson, and all these other famous historical white figures. They got monuments and statues built to them, but they never know what they did to maintain the system of white supremacy and how they couldn't stand black people.
All right,
That's
well,
a
Scott,
fact.
I'm gonna tell a funny story that I had. Right. All right. So we think about the money that we spend
True.
on these dollars. There are people who were slave owners.
True.
So, funny story. I went to Mount Vernon, George Washington's plantation.
I've been there. Mm-hmm.
I went on the tour, and part of the tour was the slave
Mhm.
part. And the slave part was the lady who was conducting that portion of that tour. She was a white lady, and she was saying the whole time during her her explanation of George Washington owning slaves, she kept reiterating the fact that George Washington didn't want to own slaves, that he had a great relationship with his slaves, but he couldn't really do nothing because that was just the time of, that was just going on during those times.
Right.
So it wasn't going to be good for him
Right.
to go against that.
He couldn't do nothing, right?
Yeah.
Was he president of the United States?
Exactly.
But he couldn't do nothing about that.
Exactly. So my whole point is these dollar bills that we carry around with George Washington on it, those are just as monuments as these statues and these buildings that's out here as anything. And I just find it funny how we as black people, me included, that's what I'm saying, we spend so much daggone money. And we just
Well, you do, because I refuse to spend dollars that a slave owner faces on. I don't spend no money.
You spend the bitcoins, right?
No, if
He swipe his card.
if I need to buy clothes and shoes, I bring cattle or sheep. I bring cattle and
man.
sheep and corn. I would give you a barrel of corn if you allowed me to buy some underwear. I'm not spending that racist money. Yeah, man. Y'all keep on spending them racist dollars. Nah, but real talk, man. I think with the whole race in America, I just want for once in my life. And let me say this disclaimer. No, I do not believe that all white people are racist.
No, they're not.
I don't believe that.
Mm-mm.
But
definitely they definitely.
all white people are not racist, and we know that across the board. But I just want for one time in my lifetime in this U.S. of A. for white folk just to admit we got dealt a bad hand
Exactly.
for a long time.
That's always with any
The
type of problem, any type of issue. The first thing is acknowledging it.
The truth will set you free.
We need to tell the truth in America because I like my white supremacists honest. Put up your Confederate flag.
Yes.
Let me know where you stand
Yes.
so I know how to maneuver around you.
Yeah, and leave
And that's
me
the
alone.
problem we have in
And
America.
leave me alone. You can. I don't look. You could be racist all you want. Just leave me alone. Why does it have to affect me? Do your thing where you do it at. All the white folk that's down with us black folk. Hey, come on, let's party. Let's get some drinks. We get the Mexicans, get some Coronas, and we have a good time.
Make sure you put a lime in that bitch.
You know what I'm saying? We have a good time. You racist, you can be racist, you can hate us, you can hate the Spanish, you can hate the blacks, you can hate the Muslims, you can hate everybody. Just do it on your where you at.
Let me tell you.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
We
That's,
need I agree with everything you're saying. And we need to replace the system of systematic racism, white supremacy, with a system of fair and equal justice. If you do that, I don't care who hate black people. I don't care who hate Muslims. I don't care who hate Mexicans.
I think black
Give me fair and equal treatment and I'll be fine.
I think
agree.
black folk who was it that was on Power 105 recently? David Banner.
David Banner.
I agree
Powerful
with
brother.
David Banner. Black folk ain't racist enough.
That's a fact.
We're not racist enough.
We've been conditioned to think we got to ride for everybody.
Yeah, you know.
But we
it-
got to be accepted by the white people.
Yes,
have to
we
be
fight
accepted.
so hard for people to accept us. Forget, man, bump that.
That's all we've
Accept
been doing
yourself.
since we've been in this country.
Since we've been in this
Fighting for
country,
people to
Accept
accept
yourself.
we need to be more racist. I'm with Mr. Chang when he said, "Look, I ain't got no problem with the black man, but I love the Asian man more. I ain't got no problem with nobody, but I just love my brothers more." You know what I'm saying?
What you hitting on is so powerful because a lot of people don't realize what our people went through in the 60s. The whole fight for integration was for us to integrate with white America.
Yeah.
We was knocking on the door saying, we want to join you. And they was pushing the door closed saying, no, we don't want y'all Negroes to join us.
Yeah, and
that's
it's-
what it was all about.
And when I look back at I'm gonna say, those that led the way through civil rights and all that. I'm like, man, I wonder how many of them, if they could see how the world is today, where their mindset been totally different
That's a great
about
question.
how they went about, fighting
Doing what they was
for.
doing.
We was fighting to sit at the same bar with people. You know what I'm saying?
Here's what's heavy. While we was fighting to sit at the same lunch counter with white folks, the black restaurants was going broke.
Yeah.
Man.
And we're still stuck in that. We're still stuck in that.
I mean, because we don't love ourselves. We don't know ourselves, so we're not going to be able to love ourselves.
That's very true. That's very true. And here we are, 25 years anniversary of
Woo.
the L.A. riot. Rodney
Can
King.
we get along?
Can we get along? Has anything changed? Now everybody know the story of Rodney King, and if you don't, if you out there, I'm on my DJ Envy. Scott, let them know.
For those, look, it's been 25 years. For those who forgot, or for those younger viewers, what kicked off the LA riots was the beating of Rodney King by 4 police officers that was caught on videotape. Mind you, this was 25 years ago. We didn't have smartphones. Everybody didn't have a video camera in their pocket. Rodney King was pulled over. He was beaten down.
They didn't beat Rodney
Man.
King. They was
Man, he got a
the
serious
fuck out
whooping.
that boy.
And a man who had on the balcony of his apartment had a camcorder and he
Oh,
recorded
that's
it.
where that video came from?
Now, mind you,
Wow.
black people have always complained about the treatment they were given by the police. But people would either say we was lying or you deserved it.
Yep.
Now, when the Rodney King tape came out, black people finally thought they was going to get some justice.
Nope.
Because they said, we've been telling y'all about this forever. Now, here's the proof.
Yep.
A year later, it went to trial. All them cops got off.
And that's still happening
Now-
in 2017.
Before I pass it, this is the point I don't want people to miss. Rodney King got beat, and I believe it was South Central, a black part of L.A. They moved that trial to the suburbs where mostly
Yeah.
white people live.
Of course.
Mostly white people where the police and the
Yes,
firefighters
sir.
live.
Now, here's the kicker. White people set up in a court of law, watched that videotape, and didn't see nothing wrong with it.
Yep.
They said, police beating a Negro. What's wrong with that?
Yep.
Let them all go.
Because that's normal. That's to them, that's normal.
Yeah.
And
Well,
that pulled the
that's
covers
normal.
back on two things, which incited these riots. The first thing that it pulled the covers back on, white people had been lying to black people all this time when they was saying, we don't believe you, because they knew white
Oh,
folks,
Of course.
white police officers was beating black people.
Of course.
So they had been lying on that. Number two, a lot of people for the first time in their lives who thought that it was a new day, or racism was over, was slapped in the face that you live in a system of white supremacy and your only crime is being black.
Yep.
And even when you got the smoking gun
Yep.
and you go to court, they will not be punished for the crimes that they do. That's what upset black people, and that's what started those riots.
But not only that, speaking on these cops, because the cops are the problem, bottom line, and I'm saying white or black. I think cops are an issue, period, right now.
If you're a police officer, no matter what color you are, part of your job is to maintain the system of white supremacy. Now, we do have some brothers and some white folks and some other folks on the force that reject that, but we need y'all to be stronger.
But my thing, but I always say this when people say that. Okay, yeah, there's some good cops out there that's
Sure.
doing the right thing or whatever.
Sure.
But if you know that your fellow officer is corrupt or doing foul and you don't speak on it, doesn't that make you just as bad as them?
Just as
Yeah,
guilty,
if you're not going against what they're doing, definitely.
They got
and
that
we
blue
know,
wall of silence.
but yeah, we know if you go against another cop, chances are you're gonna lose your job.
Yeah.
You're gonna lose that pension. You're gonna lose all. But you're just as dirty.
That's why I said we need to be stronger. Like every time a situation, Eric Gardner, Mike Brown, Freddie Gray, every time a situation like that pops up, you hear a lot of police officers come out and be like, "Oh, well, we ain't like that. There's a lot of good cops. We need y'all to step up and be stronger
Exactly.
and come out. Y'all should be the first ones on the front line against these crooked cops."
And then another factor is you got people, especially in our community, other black folk that, especially when the drugs and stuff was heavy in the street, their thing was, they wanted to get the they call them thugs or the corner boys or whatever they wanted, and they was calling the police on them, not realizing that you thinking you're helping the community, but you're not really helping the community, because all those men that got locked up during that era, it destroyed the community.
Yes, it did.
It destroyed the community.
It took the black man out of the community.
Yeah, most definitely. But I think in the U.S., the policing is bad, period. And there's a documentary out by Michael Moore called "Where Do We Invade Next?"
Okay.
It's a good documentary to watch, because in there it shows how the police system operates in other countries, how police in other countries don't even carry guns.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? And their crime level is way low.
lower.
They don't arrest you for drugs, and they basically operate in peace and harmony.
Yeah,
for
but
real.
that's why they call us over here cowboys. We
Yeah.
the Wild Wild West
Yep.
over
Hey,
here.
hey,
Cowboys.
John, make sure you put that in the chat so I could make sure I remember to look at that.
25 years later, Rodney King, and that man is dead.
2012, I think he died, right?
Didn't he
I
drown?
feel like yeah, he drowned. But I feel like the day that he got beat by the police was the day that he died, because his life was like a living hell from that moment. Even though he won $3 million from the civil case, I feel like the day that he got beat was the day that he died.
Well, they say he was a horrible drunk. Matter of fact, I watched him on Celebrity Rehab. He was
Wow,
on
I didn't know he was
yeah.
on there. Wow.
He was on
Yeah.
Celebrity Rehab. Bad alcoholic.
Yeah.
Bad. And I think that's how he ended up. I think he was crazy drunk, got in the pool and drowned.
That's a rough one.
Drowned, yeah.
That's a rough one.
And Waves, you was
Chill, B.
3.
You know what's crazy about that? That's the year the Redskins won the Super Bowl. Let's put that out there.
That's all you remember from that. Wow, but I didn't even realize. I was like, when you said 28, I was
28, brother.
like, God.
1988.
I'm 35, so I was 10 years old when this happened.
Dang.
Going,
But I remember it.
Yeah.
I was,
remember
yeah,
it.
I definitely remember.
If you was 10, I was 12.
Right.
And I like clearly remember that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I remember. But I think the rioting, and I always felt rioting was stupid. I still think it's stupid to this day. It
so
doesn't
you definitely wouldn't have been out there.
No.
If you was of
Especially
age.
not turn up your own community. Like,
Now I don't, I'm to the point now, and I hate to say it, I'm to the point now, marching and gathering like that is pointless at this.
Yeah, I definitely
Especially
believe
It
that.
now.
don't change nothing. Because the powers that be don't care that you marching and holding up signs, or you standing in the middle of the street holding up traffic. Don't nobody care about that.
remember, y'all remember the Women's March? People thought that was pointless.
It was. I think so. I mean, okay, y'all gathered, y'all went down there and marched, and y'all said what y'all had to say. What has changed?
That's a fact.
What has changed? We've been marching forever.
Yeah, forever.
What has changed?
Marching and singing is that's not gonna get nothing done. You need to do something that's tangible. Marching and singing is cool to gather people together. After y'all march and sing, now here's the plan. This is what we're gonna go home and do.
Exactly.
Everybody stick to
Yeah,
it.
it's gonna be the talk for like a week, but then
That's-
after that, it's
that's
just
what you
gonna
need
be
to
back
do.
to normal.
I mean, all them women. I remember I was out there and I was like, I mean, I wasn't out there marching, but I'm saying I was out about in the city and I seen the crowds. I was like, yo, this is crazy. But at the end of the day, what does it change? What does it accomplish? You just I took off work for nothing.
Yeah,
It,
don't
it
accomplish
remind me
nothing.
of the Million Man March. I was at the
I was about to
Million
say,
Man
yeah,
March.
everybody was down
And
that
it was like,
motherfucker.
what the
Not
hell
me.
did we accomplish after the Million Man March?
Nothing.
Like, I felt great when I was out there. I was 14 at the time. I felt great. But now that I think about it, what the hell was the point?
and they didn't even cook on the grill or nothing. They could at least have some ribs and chicken out there.
Right. I mean, you got to have a tangible plan, and you got to stick to it, and you have to have a goal.
And don't get it twisted. I'm for my people. I'm ready for
Exactly.
my people to rise up
Hey.
and do something and be powerful. But
The most successful boycott
I'm not doing none of that
we
goofy-
ever had was the boycotts back in the 60s.
Yeah, the
Oh, yeah.
Montgomery bus
And
boycotts.
When we were boycotting those buses, it was still some black people that decided, forget what y'all talking about, I need to ride the bus. But when they saw Miss Johnson riding that bus, when Miss Johnson got home, she got a brick through her window with a note. It said, we saw you riding that bus.
wow.
When they saw a brother riding that bus, that brother got his behind whooped by a bunch of other men. And that was the warning. Don't get on that bus no more.
Wow.
We holding everybody accountable. If you need a ride, call this number.
Right.
You're not getting on that bus.
Until folk understand that the power is in money.
Exactly.
And and laws get passed and things get put into place through money. And until
Yeah.
we stop being consumers, all we do is consume. Consume.
Because
We
we trying to
spend
keep up with the Joneses.
keep up with the Joneses to impress people that we don't even know.
As a people, we spend more money
Than
than
anybody.
anybody in the United States.
Think about when Barack Obama
We
was
spend more. We don't have the
president.
most wealth, but we spend the most money.
Yeah.
Oh, definitely.
And the LGBT community, I'm sorry if I'm messing it up.
No, that's right.
But they got their point across with Obama because of their money.
Money.
Right. They put their money up.
Money.
And that's what we got to do as a people. We got to put our money up.
Put
we
our
got to
money
have
up.
a plan, and we got to support it.
And
now,
a
a lot of black folks is down until you talking about putting some money up.
Yep.
Then
That's
it's
true.
crickets. You don't see them.
That
no more.
is facts.
I mean, because you wouldn't be seeing this podcast right now if we didn't put up no money.
Exactly.
You got to anything you want to do or accomplish, you got it takes dollars. And until you come to that reality, you're gonna be stuck. You're not gonna move forward. You're not gonna get any further. And us as a community, until we bring them dollars together and use them dollars to push laws and push government, we need to be lobbying because the lobbyists get them the laws in their favor.
Exactly.
And I don't understand all these years we still ain't figured that out.
Man, we done spent all these years
We
trying to be
brainwashed.
accepted by everybody
Yeah,
else,
we
accepted by the
brainwashed.
Democrats,
Yeah.
accepted by these people over here, accepted by these people over there. Look,
Brainwashed.
since we love all these other people, do the same thing they do.
Yep.
Come together, put your money up, get in the game.
Exactly.
And speaking of lobbyists and government, do y'all think Trump is killing the seriousness of being president?
He thought it was a game.
Yeah, he came out and said, I mean, he ain't never worked this hard before.
No, but I'm saying I get the sense like I can speak for myself. I already was 50-50 about it anyway. I really can't take president of the United States serious at this point.
I'm a little different because I feel like that was done by design. I feel like we just had the first black president ever in the history of this country, and the powers that be said, y'all think that means something? Come on, Donald Trump.
Wow.
you could be president too.
Wow.
That's what I think.
Wow.
I ain't never think about that.
Everybody out there,
So it kind of make Barack Obama look like a joke.
like, what do it matter? Anybody could be president. Hypocrisy in America, available on Amazon.
Hey,
Follow
man.
me on
There you
Twitter.
go.
Get
S
that
U
book.
K
Make sure y'all get that.
880.
Please
Link in
get
my
that.
bio.
There you
I
go.
go in heavy on this.
I will make sure I tag you in some posts, man, to make sure people get that.
Appreciate
Man.
That's
that,
a good segue, man. Let's talk about the book real quick before we go, Scott. Tell them what the book is about, man. Break it down. What made you write the book?
Basically, the first book I wrote was about capitalism and racism and how they work together. It was only 8,000 words. I was just in the house one day. I got mad. I started writing down my thoughts. It turned into a book.
Wow.
I put it out there. I started getting emails from all over the world.
That's what's up.
London, the West Coast, the Midwest, Canada. People, they appreciated it. They wanted me to do more, and they
Wow.
wanted me to go deeper on other topics. So my second book, a little over 40,000 words, Hypocrisy in America. I talk about the hypocrisy in the media, hypocrisy in politics, hypocrisy in the black community. I go in on a wide range of different topics. I talk about how when Dylan Roof goes out and shoots up the black church, he's looked at as a crazy lone gun. But when a brother goes out and does something wrong, then he's a gang member and he represents every black man you've ever seen in your life.
They call them thugs.
Yep.
Hey, I go in on that the whole way through. I got a real positive response to it. A lot of people like it. Check me out on Amazon. Let me know what you think.
There
Give
you
me
go.
that
Cop
feedback.
that. Cop that.
Right
Cop
here.
that.
Make sure y'all get that, please.
Hypocrisy in America, man. Get that. Where can I get it at, Scott?
Amazon. Amazon.com. Amazon.com.
Scott Higgs. Scott Higgs.
Good
Scott
shit,
Higgs.
Scott. Good shit, man.
Well, it's the UNU podcast. We're going to get out of here. Make sure you subscribe to the UNU radio on YouTube, UNU podcast on Instagram. I'm O King Johnny, OH_KING_JONNY. UNU podcast. Waves, thanks for coming out, baby.
I will
Gotta
be
come
back.
back. Wait, you
Oh,
gotta come back.
Man, I'm not a guest no more. You know what I'm saying? Let's just get that out the way.
My
Wade's
man
been part of
Wade.
the
guest.
team. Wade's been part of the team.
I'ma be
for a long
back.
time.
My
You
man
know.
Waves. Plug the blog.
Go ahead. You got the blog. My blog is greatestiamblog.com. And its IG is greatest.i.am.blog. Follow me on IG.
That is
There
in
you
my
go.
bio. Make sure y'all look at that, please.
Yeah.
All right,
Appreciate
man.
that.
And we don't do no overtime. We are out of here.
Peace.